Okay, now we can you can go to week 4 on times and see the questions. I've uploaded the questions there, and you can start to answer them straight away because we, as you know, we only have 1 hour for the tutorial class. So we can you get started? And as usual, once you finish, can you put your answers in the chat area for me to check and give feedback? So the first question is, discuss whether acts of public service are considered as pure political actions designed to maintain the profession's status in the eyes of the community. That's the first question. So once you're done, can you please put your answer in the chat area for me to give feedback? The questions were uploaded on times last Friday. Okay, so I'm sure some of you should have attempted it by now. So if you have any answers, share it in the chat area. As I've said, if you don't participate, you don't expect to get a high mark. Mirza, can you hear me, Mirza?
Yes.
Okay, fine. So now I want you to explain your answer. I want you to explain what is it that you wrote, so that can you speak up so that others also can hear? I think people are having issues now. Maybe I'm not sure is it due to my laptop or other people laptop, but speak up. Go closer to the mic.
Okay, all right. So basically, what I said in my answer here is because the question asks whether it is purely political when we do public service. So first off, I think that when someone or like some company, like let's say for someone do public service or like company doing CSR, I think that's just like how we serve the community or like how we give back to the community, because we as like individual, we as a human, we live in society, so we need to be a functional member of society. But it is can also be purely political if we consider the public service as a way to benefit just ourselves. We don't think about the how community will benefit from the public service that we do. And also like for example, like we need to improve like this company or that company, and let's say we need to do damage control, for example, like KPMG, like let's say like their name has tarnished because of this scandal, so like now they are doing more public service because they want to do damage control because their name has been tarnished, right? So basically, that in that way it can be purely political. Yeah, that's all basically.
Okay, so your answer is good. Okay, it's just that you did not mention all the KPMG here. Like I said before, elaboration with example.
All right, all
I'm
right.
looking at both aspects. No, 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 don't go off. Don't go off. I'm giving my feedback on your answer. How to make it better. Okay, it's all fine. It's all fine. So basically, probably if you want to make this a really good answer, okay, you can start off by discussing the background to this issue. Why this whole thing came up in the first place? Why did this thing even become an issue in the first place? This is because our credibility is being questioned. Why is our credibility being questioned? When I say our credibility, I'm talking about us as professional accountants. So when we have too many scandals, okay, you already mentioned one, but there's a lot more than that. So public starts to lose confidence. So when public starts to lose confidence, like you said, we have to do damage control, repair our image, like it or not. Otherwise, you will lose business. People will start questioning, especially now with all this artificial intelligence, blockchain. Okay, blockchain. In fact, the blockchain is the future of auditing. Many of the box ticking exercises, the routine functions, can be done by blockchain. So there's a possibility that if we don't back up, we're going to lose business. The public will say, wasting time with these people, might as well I go and buy this software. This software will do a better job. So there's two aspects to it, like you said, damage control. So now whatever we do is being questioned. And that's what this question is asking. So this is where you need to come in and let me see your question answer. Okay, you came up front with your opinion. Good. That's another thing I'll be looking for. Upfront with your opinion before you go on and discuss anything else. So the only thing, as I mentioned before, give some example. You mentioned in your oral discussion just now about KPMG. That's good. Probably can put it in writing. So again, a bit of the background. Why this issue is coming up in the first place? Why is it even being discussed in the first place? It's because of so many scandals. And when there's so many scandals, our stakeholders start losing their confidence in us. So after that, when we try to go into damage control to repair our image, our motivation is being questioned. That's what the question is asking. This is how the public is looking at it. Oh, are these people really serious? Are they serious? Are they contrite? Contrite meaning, do they feel sorry for what they did? It's called contrite. Are they contrite? Are they serious? Or is it just a public relation exercise? Eyewash. Or is it just eyewash? All these things coming up in their mind. So how you argue and make your point, okay, you can take sides. Either you say yes, it's purely political. They are doing this because they want to safeguard their image, they want to safeguard their business, they want to safeguard their livelihood. Or you can say no, they are contrite, they really feel sorry, and so they want to make up for it. So there are two sides to the argument. Okay, so probably, like I said, it gives a bit of the background, then elaboration like you have done, plus example, then your answer will be a superb answer. Okay, Mirza. So do you have any questions to ask me, Mirza?
Right now, no.
Okay, thank you for the answer.
Thank you, sir.
All right. So anybody else? Or is it just Mirza? Anybody else? Like I said, I want to give feedback, but before I give feedback, I need to see your answer. If you come to class just expecting answer from me, you'll be disappointed. Okay, if there are no other answers, I got to move on. We have other questions to answer. Probably wait for another 1-2 minutes. Okay, it looks like there's no other answer. We're almost coming to 20 minutes, so we got to move on. So, what's the next question? Okay, it's a short case study. Okay, this is the type of question that you will be getting in the exam. So I would like to see some answers. Go through the case study. Okay, go through the case study, and then the question is right at the bottom. Okay, your client is particularly disturbed because they are in the midst of extremely confidential business negotiations. The client wants guarantees that your employee will not have access to any confidential information. You agree to investigate your client's concerns. Now, you are required to identify and describe the quality assurance and ethical issues arising from this scenario. Ganja Yang. Can you hear me, Gan? Ganja Yang. Can you hear me? Or you just don't know what you're doing behind that camera? Ganja Yang. I'm asking, can you hear me? Yes or no? Okay, can you give me answer? So can you give me your answer, Gan? Maybe you can open up your camera. Oh, you haven't done it. Okay, all right. Okay, then I want to move on because I don't want to waste time. Crystal Choi. Crystal Choi Shi-wen. Where are you, Crystal? Crystal Choi Shi-wen. Huh? I can't hear you, Crystal. You're on mute. I see you're mute. You need to unmute. Okay. So can you open your camera, Crystal? No, I can't hear you. How about the rest? You can hear. Can you hear Crystal? I can't hear her. She says she is talking, but I can't hear. Can you hear her? You have to unmute, Crystal. You have muted yourself. Oh, mic issue. Okay, and then I got to move on. Okay. We don't have only 30 minutes gone. Okay, now I need to move on. Okay. Liu Kuan Jet.
Yes, hello, sir.
Okay. Buka kamera, Liu.
Sir, can I answer when we get back to this question? I'm actually putting my answer together because it's actually similar to the slide question you gave us, and I wrote answers for that.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay.
But I can open my camera first, sir, if you want, sir.
No. Meaning now, what are you actually telling me? You have the answer, but you're searching for it.
No, I have the answer, but I did it in point form for my reference. I
Oh.
didn't put it in an exact proper answer.
Okay. I give you time.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Mufida,
Yes, sir.
buka kamera, Mufida.
I haven't done yet, sir.
Oh, belum buat lagi?
Haven't finished. Still searching.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
It's not that I'm chasing you guys. We only have 1 hour and we have 4 questions to do. Shilanlo Kai. Shilanlo Kai. Seems like you can't hear me. Can you indicate in the chat area whether you can hear me or not? Can you hear me? Can you guys hear me? Okay, Sheelan. So at what stage are you now with your answer? Okay, anybody who has the answer so that we can move on? We're already going to be 10:35. So I can give my feedback. I've been saying it from the first week. We are now in week 4. Okay, our tutorial is once a week, 1 hour. So you have to make the most of it. Okay, otherwise it's just you're wasting your time and I'm wasting my time. Because after this we have our lecture. Okay, Mirza, maybe you got the answer, Mirza?
For which question, sir? 2 or 3?
Oh, you got everything already. Good. I'm
No,
happy.
no, no. No, actually,
No, it's not that. It's just that I want to save time. It's already going to be 10:36. So if you have the answer, you can share with us. Okay, you can treat orally first, and then later on, if I say okay, fine, everything's fine, then share it in the chat area. Okay, we're now looking at question 2. It's a small case study. Okay, as I mentioned just now, this is the type of question that you will get in the exam. This is called a mini case study. So number of issues, if you read this, there are a number of issues here relating to ethical issues as well as quality control issues. So have you been able to identify after you read this one, some of the ethical issues as well as the question says identify and describe the quality assurance and ethical issues arising from this scenario. So in the exam, you won't get one sentence type of question, this type of mini case study. So you need to practice. That's why I'm giving it in the tutorial. We are now in week 4. Okay, Mirza, over to you.
I think the ones that I can identify is firstly maybe the problem of transparency.
Transparency.
Yeah.
So you need to, okay, you cannot just say problem of transparency, you need to elaborate.
Because wait, let me see. Um, because like one of the employee in the firm, like he performs like bookkeeping services, so um he has like
The word
data.
is conflict of interest.
Oh
Okay,
yeah,
the word I'm looking for is conflict of
interest.
interest. Okay, I know what you're saying, but to be more precise, you should use the term conflict of interest. Okay, all right.
Right. The other one is actually I'm not sure.
Okay, maybe I need to give you more time. Okay, but you've already identified one, conflict of interest. Okay, clear conflict of interest. While working here, is providing services to another
Company.
client who happens to be the rival of this majikan, your current majikan. So this is an obvious conflict of interest. Did he disclose that? Did he disclose that to his
No.
current employer? No. So this is a clear-cut conflict of interest. You cannot be serving two majikan at the same time. Okay, this is what we call conflict of interest. Okay, so you can look at, read it again and identify some more issues. Okay, and then elaborate on it like you did in the earlier question. Okay.
But so
Yeah.
can I say privacy matter?
Can you elaborate? Which one? Which one? Which area you talk
The
about?
same point, because we say that he has, like, working for two different companies, and also he has access to those books, right? The company's books. So like it is privacy between those two.
Privacy doesn't apply here.
Or
Privacy applies in your personal matter.
all right.
Okay, in your personal matter. If I ask you to show your IC, you say no, I cannot. It's my personal thing. Okay.
Okay.
If I ask you, for example, where are you staying, say no, I don't want to tell because it's my personal matter. But this one is privacy doesn't apply in this context.
Oh, right.
Doesn't. You're actually being deceitful, snaky, deceitful. You're working here, makan gaji here, and doing something with somebody else. It so happens that the other person is a rival to your majikan. Okay. So
Alright.
this privacy does not apply in this context. More like client confidentiality, yes. Are you trying to tell me client confidentiality?
Something like that.
Okay, but you need to elaborate. How does it apply? How does it apply in this context? If you want to talk about client confidentiality, how does it apply in this context?
You you can't disclose your client's information to like other people.
Okay, but can you be working for two people at the same time?
No, basically no, cannot.
So it doesn't apply.
Oh, alright.
If you're working for one, majikan, one employer, and then somebody else come to you and say, "Can you tell me this?" And then you can say, "No, I can't. I have to safeguard my client confidentiality." Okay, so think along those lines, Mirza.
Alright.
I would like to, because I think we are running out of time, so I want to, okay, at least we've had some discussion, so you know how to proceed with the answer, okay? So
Alright,
later
thank
on,
you.
yeah. So anybody else want to share the answers? I know this is quite anyway, I just want you to get used to this type of question, okay? Because this is the type that you will get in the exam, what we call as a mini case study, okay? So you need to go through, read carefully, and then identify, the question is asking you to identify and describe both the quality control issues as well as the ethical issues from this case study, scenario or case study.
Sir.
Yes. Please
I'm
identify
not sure.
yourself. May I know who is speaking?
Yeah, I'm Nicholas.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I actually misinterpreted the question or not, or if I misinterpreted it or something. But um, does the answer involve unethical behavior such as pinching other people's clients or staffs?
Let me see. Go back again. I want to read it.
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah, pinching that pinching that you spoke about is one of those ethical issues. Okay, but I
Yeah.
don't see how it applies in this. Can you read me that line or sentence in that case study, which shows that that has happened in this case study?
Yeah, then if that's the case, I probably misinterpreted the question because I saw like towards the end where it says the client wait, no, yeah, towards the end it says your client is concerned because an employee of your firm who performs bookkeeping services for them has an interest in a business that is one of their major competitor.
Yeah, correct. There's a major issue, yes, but there's no connection with pinching. He is concerned because your client, I'm sorry, your staff who is working for you, he is also doing some part-time work in another company providing bookkeeping services. So he is concerned because that other company is their rival,
Okay,
is their major competitor.
okay, got it.
Is their rival. That's why he's concerned. He's not there's nothing here about pinching staff. But just
Okay,
to answer your question, yes, pinching staff is one of those unethical issues in accounting and auditing. It does happen a lot. There's not, like I said in my lecture slide, there's nothing in the law which says you cannot do it. There's nothing in the law. It's not illegal. So let's be clear. It's not illegal, but it is unethical. But I don't see
right.
how it applies in this context. That's all.
Okay, got it.
Okay, all right. Okay, it's
Thanks.
now 10:45 as per my laptop. So I leave you guys to think about it. Okay, think about it, and then I just would like to cover the other two questions before we end the class. Okay, now I want to look at question number 3. The question is, why have SMEs not relied in the past on their external accountants for business advisory services? So that is the question. So what you are required to do, two aspects to this question. First of all, to comment on whether this might be changing or it needs to change. That's the first part of the question. Whether this might be changing or needs to change. And then reflecting on a company that you're familiar with, could be your family company, it could be a company that you worked for before, it's a company that you trained with as an intern or whatever. Okay, reflecting on a company that you're familiar with. Consider whether it relies on external accountants for advice. If not, what has prevented this from happening? So there are a few things in this, although the actual question is just one sentence, but the things that you need to discuss, there are a few things. So read it carefully, then give me your points. Okay, if you don't have the time to give a full answer, then just give the points, and then I'll give you my feedback. Okay, in the meantime, I'll just share the attendance because I worried that sometimes I forget about it. So doesn't mean I'm ending the class. I just want to I just want to get it done. Okay. So I've shared the passcode in the chat area, so you can go and do your attendance while still thinking about the answer to question 3. 8XH NEK, capital letters. Class is not over yet, huh? Okay, we are now looking at question number 3. I see some answers. The first one is from Mirza. Okay, his answer is they don't know how to. Can you elaborate this part? They don't know how to, Mirza. Can you open the camera and tell me what you mean by that?
What I mean was because they are SMEs, so like some of the honors, right? This is based on my
Okay.
experience.
Okay.
So they don't, you know, like when we want to buy something in like in a new store, you are scared, you know, to approach the store and to ask like how to buy this, you know, like for example, like let's say in Subway, you know how to like choose the buns, the whatever, the meat, you know. So like they don't know like, oh, which one is the consulting firm that can help them, and also they are, they don't know like,
Okay.
you know.
Okay, I get
Yeah,
it. So you mean they lack the knowledge, lah.
yeah, they lack the knowledge.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, fair enough. They don't have the resources to do so. Is it financial resources? Financial?
Yeah.
Financial, okay. And as an entrepreneur, they don't trust outsiders. Okay, all right, fine. Okay, that's Mirza's answer. Okay, Ms. Mufida. I have not relied in the past because the reliance for advice limited in extent overall effect only 6.5%. Only 6.5% of SMEs were found to rely with substantial degree of reliance on external accountant. I think the SMEs need to change their view to rely on external accountant to maximize the benefit. An analysis done by the accountant can be relied upon as they have obligation as a professional to exercise in a right manner. Need to comply with the code of ethics and rules and regulations set by the regulators such as MIA in the context of Malaysia, who regulates, develops, enhances the integrity, status and interest of the profession. Example of SME, Malaysian Plastics Manufacturers Association. Full answer. Okay. Okay. Mufida. This one got data as well, information 6.5%. I take it that you got this from some reliable source. Okay. So I'm not going to question your percentage here. I'm sure you got it from SME Corporation. Okay, we have in Malaysia an organization for SMEs called SME Corporation. Okay, so a lot of information regarding SMEs, you can go to their website. So I believe that she has gone there and get this data. Okay, so okay, good. She give an example as well. Fine. All right. So that's done. So let's move on. We've just got about 10 minutes. Let's move on to the last question. Okay, can you just go and do your attendance? Okay, I see 24 people. So before the screen closes, okay. Once our class ends, we cannot do on cams anymore. So we're now looking at the fourth question. Four key issues that would reduce profession's credibility. First one is creative accounting, poor audit quality, lack of auditor independence, partial accounting distortions. So these are the issues that were identified in the IFAC study done by IFAC, International Federation of Accounting Committees. International Federation of IFAC is the professional body for accountants, international body for accountants. They identified these four issues. Okay. So what they're asking, what strategy, what can we do to reduce or eliminate this problem in future? So the question is asking you, what can we do? Okay, Mirza, in my opinion, there are few strategies can be implemented to reduce these problems in the future, but to eliminate it completely is almost impossible. First, I believe we must continuously strengthen the current laws and standards of accounting. This is because problems like creative accounting is not necessarily illegal, involves exploitation of loopholes in the regulation. Other than that, we can also utilize blockchain technology as a means of transparency between transactions, so that you can have auditing of accounts easier and minimize the risk. Okay. So he suggests that we need to strengthen. We cannot eliminate it completely. It's almost impossible. So he says we must first strengthen the current laws and standards of accounting. This is because problems like creative accounting is not necessarily illegal, involves exploitation of loopholes in the regulations. So other than that, we can also utilize the blockchain technology as a means of transparency between transactions, that it can help auditing of accounts easier and minimize the risk of financial accounting distortions. Okay. So you make a suggestion. Okay, the suggestion is that to use blockchain technology. Like I said, blockchain is now getting more and more popular in accounting and auditing functions. So a lot of the functions that we have been doing traditionally, manually, what they call as box ticking exercise, the mundane lower level kind of tasks, bookkeeping, quote unquote bookkeeping, okay, can now be done by artificial intelligence, including blockchain technology. Okay, so for now, its use is not widespread because of the cost factor. So once the cost comes down, then everybody will start to use it. Okay. Then everybody will start to use it. Part of the problem is the auditors themselves, Shilan. Part of this problem is from the auditors themselves, dishonest. They, what do you call? They collude with the company, collude, pakat. So it's not that they don't have the expertise, they have it, but they use it in the wrong way. They use it in the wrong way. Okay, like Mirza said in his answer, we need to strengthen the current laws and standards of accounting, because creative accounting is not illegal. It's not illegal. What they are doing is they're just exploiting the loopholes in the regulations, because accounting, a lot of accounting is very subjective. It's very subjective. Rate of depreciation, estimated useful life, scrap value, subjective. Do I want to use straight line method? Do I want to use the reducing balance method? Do I want to use the sum of the digits method? It doesn't, in the standard, it doesn't specify. You can use whichever one. It only says that you must be consistent. It only says that you must be consistent. Okay, so there are many loopholes in the current standards and regulations. So a lot of quote unquote unethical, dishonest people, okay, which includes accountants as well, okay, exploit these loopholes. Okay. So we've got another few minutes more.